Good morning. It is time to return from the darkness and go into the light. So it's been a while since I've done one of these things, and it's because I was kind of avoiding it. There was a little bit of me not wanting to be out because of all the energies, and also because I was healing. I just went through another flare, which was in November, but this time I got through it pretty quickly, and it's because I truly surrendered. I also allowed others to help, and I was going through a lot of life changes, and I knew the energies and the dualities. I just didn't think it was going to take me down that much, but now that I reflect on it, I know that it was needed. And so if you are experiencing wonderful new transitions and new beginnings and renewed hope, awesome. I'm so glad for you, because November had that potential. But if you're doing the other, where it's a clearing out of energies, reflecting uncomfortableness, things dying away, that's supposed to happen too. And it's for you to really do your work. All of us are being called to do more of our work with this new energy wave and going into next year. The energies of this year are dying down and it's merging into the new. And so I want to kind of explain some of it and also share some of it with you. And so hopefully that you can shift from it, because so many times we're holding on to something and we have these expectations and we're not letting the universe to flow with its new energy. And nature doesn't know good or bad, it just knows what it needs to move forward. And these are part of your life lessons, and nothing goes away until you learn the lesson that you're supposed to learn. And you're not being punished, but the universe also knows better that you're very smart and that you would never do it, maybe unless you had to. And so I just closed up a big chapter in my life with closing down my old studio, in which I was there for 11 years, and it was on 11th Avenue. And during this time, my body broke down, and that's part of it, was to integrate onto the new. And you can't have the new if you have so many of the old. However, as I was closing down things, I had a hard time letting go. My mom actually helped me because I had so many feels and I would start crying and I couldn't filter. So she just put it all in a box and was like, you can take care of it later. She was here to help me because I barely had any strength and I was just getting out of that flare. And so as I was going through those boxes, I threw some things away, and then I also wanted to really give life, new life to it. And so like composting it. And so I found ways to repurpose it and give it new life, and I sent energy to it to transfer it so that I wouldn't be carrying the old into the new. So energy can be transformed, okay? And so if you're having a hard time, some of it you have to let go of, and some of it maybe just needs to be transformed. And you'll know this more as you get into your heart and you really ask for guidance and have the intention before you do it. And during the time when you're doing it, perhaps you catch yourself and then you come into awareness, which is wonderful, because only with awareness can things change and be transformed. So then you can ask for it then, as soon as you're aware, to be removed of the old beliefs and that what you're wanting and what your heart desires, and to help you move forward. And then ask, how can I repurpose this? How can I give this new life again? How is this a part of me, but integrate it into the new part of me? And so that's what I've been doing a lot for the last 3 weeks. And I gave myself more time. And in whatever time I kind of thought I would be able to do it, I doubled it. So that I would have more free space to do it, because the old me wants to do everything quickly and doesn't really truly get the lesson. So I haven't been online as much because I didn't want any of that to soak in. I wanted to really harness my chi, and also because I didn't have words for it. I've been having a difficult time with words. There's so many feels, and all the feels are new feelings. I used to be really bad at identifying my feeling and then also where that feeling is from. And so when I feel things now, it's sometimes in my shoulders, sometimes in my stomach, sometimes in my head, sometimes even in my finger, my legs. I'm like, where am I feeling it? And what does that mean? And so every part kind of is linked with certain energies. Like your leg is really your root chakra, your stability and security and safety. You know, your stomach would be more your second chakra, creation, sensuality. And then if like you're feeling it right here, it's your third chakra, your confidence, how you shine your light. Then there's your heart, your shoulders, the pressures that you put on yourself, your throat, your head. And so now I really check in with that. But I had so many feels, but no words. And I didn't know like if it was because of the prednisone and that me being emotional, that affecting it. I cleared for the prednisone a lot during this time so that I can really get in touch with it. Like my feelings, like my true feelings in my body. But I questioned everything, but in a good way, not like before where it was blocks and also thinking in limitations in the 3D world. But I asked, what does this truly mean? What is my truth now? What are you trying to teach me? What is my soul trying to tell me? So I had to write a lot of these down because in the words that I did know, and then like reflect on it later. So this is a lot of shadow work. And I really asked who I'm supposed to serve now. What's this all mean? Because new chapter in my life with business and what I really want to go for, and just really being refined with that and like serving those instead of everybody, and recognizing where I'm at and my priorities and what are my 4 pillars that are really important as my foundation. And 4 means foundation and strength. And so that's why I don't do more than 4. 3 or 4, that's it. More than that, you really are doing too much and you never accomplish anything. So I, like I said, I had a lot of feels, but no words, which is why I couldn't do videos because it wouldn't flow and there was resistance. And I was like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. And the quote that really helped me with this is, you don't have to know, you just have to trust. And you gotta get in touch with your heart again and your gut and move from that instead of your head. Okay. So during this time, I found my word for the year, which is devotion, because I want to be devoted, and it's because I'm going into my Earth year, and I'm going to do a video on what year you're born, and so how we can find out what your year is, and that may help you with finding your word and your flow. So when I was in all of this discomfort, I knew that I couldn't spiritually bypass it like I did before. Even though I know these laws and these energies, I can't spiritually bypass my lessons either. And it's part of the journey for me to transform. And perhaps my experience can just help you connect with your experience. And so things that really have been like on my auric field that keeps coming up is Kundalini, which I started a really great Kundalini practice this year. And ever since July 24th, I've been doing Kundalini every single day. I also have been doing Tonglen meditation with Pima Kodron. And this is a meditation in which you ask to feel it all, because if I'm feeling this, maybe others are too. And that if I'm feeling it, let me feel it all so that it can help the others not have to feel it or lessen it for them. And then also the ice baths. In all 3 of these things, it teaches you to stay in the discomfort, to breathe through it, and then it passes. For instance, the ice bath, even though you think it's bad for you and like you cringe at it, I did too. It took me actually 2 years to do my first ice bath, where before I would just end my showers with it being cold. I read all the things on the inflammation. I couldn't bring myself to it. So if you are not ready for the ice bath, it's okay. You may later on. Okay, but Wim Hof is the person that's really known for it, and he's known as the Iceman. And he's like in his 70s, just such an amazing person, and his philosophies, and it's like the opposite of what you've been taught. And so in the ice bath, what they teach you is, if you know, your mind knows that actually after the 45 seconds, your body is going to transform and you're not going to go into hypothermia, you're not going to die. But if you don't know that beforehand, your nervous system and such will like maybe go into hypothermia. And so for your first ice bath, I do recommend you doing it with other people instead of just yourself. So in the ice bath, when I first did it, that's what they taught me, that you want to hold on to that vision and you want to breathe. And the first 45 seconds, you're going to feel tingliness, discomfort, pain, and such. But after 45 seconds, your body's actually going to release and it will feel better. And it's true. For me, it's more like 55 seconds. And after that, like the rest of the minute and 5 seconds, it feels like 20 seconds. And your body does let go. And so you just have to stay and you have to breathe. The same thing with Tonglen meditation. You gotta stay. Your body will let it go. It will help you. It knows what to do. In Kundalini yoga, this is slow. I used to not like Kundalini, but Kundalini is so hard. You do like one thing for like 3 minutes, and you think that, like it's nothing. Like one of the things is like where you just go like this and you just cross your hands for 3 minutes. It's exhausting, and after a minute, you don't want to do it anymore, but you got to push through to like 3 minutes. Your body will let go once again, and it's really good for it. The other thing is like the breath of fire and the pranayama breaths. It is so hard, but after a minute, once again, so everything is like after a minute, and you think a minute's not long until you do it. Okay, and so my thing the last 2 months has been to stay in the discomfort, to push through. And it's not really even to push through, it's like actually being pulled through, because I hate that word push now, because I don't like to be pushed to do anything. Okay, so in staying, I have been able to transform. And all of it has also been guided me to this light. Yeah, you've heard that saying, with love and light, sending light, you are the light. And I didn't really truly understand it. There's a difference between acquiring knowledge and wisdom. And wisdom can only be done through experience. And you're going to experience things a lot of different ways. And you want to experience through it all. Experience it fully. So the last 2 months has been a lot of pain. Okay, and pain is inedible, but suffering is a choice. Pain is inedible, but suffering is a choice. So I allowed myself to go through the pain, to walk towards the pain, to embrace the pain, to stay in it, and then transform it. And so now I feel ready to come out again. And I am getting my voice back, my words back, my description back, because I understand it more because of the wisdom and the knowledge. And also aligning myself with the people that have done it, so that their wisdom and their knowledge can be part of me. And I ask for their guidance, and I ask for their energy, and for them to be in my protection field to guide me. So if you are going through a hard time and you are seeking, searching, I ask that it be cleared for you that you stop seeking, that you just see your answers. To stop seeking and to see your answers, to be with it, to sit in the stillness, to sit in the discomfort, to sit in the silence. And silence is not empty. Silence is not empty. It is full. It is full of the answers for you. And all of our answers are different. All of our truths are different. but what is your truth? And I hope that you align with your truth. Okay, so I am ready to embrace this new chapter truly now. And if you're still feeling weak, you don't have to be out there. It's maybe a time for you to go inward and do the shadow work. Shadow work is hard, and right now Pluto is in this like last zone, and I don't know all the descriptions. I kind of do, but I don't. But I know that Pluto is in this last house in transition until like the end of January, and it's not going to happen again. And this is for a long, long time. And so if you're feeling this darkness, you need the darkness, because in the darkness you can see the stars, and the quantum field is in the darkness. And within the darkness, when you become nothing, you will have everything. And there's lots of like tales about that, you know. The darkness thing I really love. That the series Game of Thrones, you know, where they have the face of 1,000 faces, and Arya, she embraces all these faces in the darkness. And so anyways, this darkness though, the shadow work is needed, and the more shadow work that you do, the more you will shine your light, and you will become the light. So right now we are going through kind of our last push of this year's energy, and this year's energy is tricky. It has been said, and I said it from last year, you know, 22 is the master angel number for dreams to come true. And this year we are all boosted our superpowers or our challenges to do our work. They're really the same thing. And so I had a lot of challenges this year, and I knew that coming into it. And I was able to transform it though, so that I know that even though my body was breaking down, it was really for me to be able to download the new programs. My intuition is wacky right now. My sensitivity is out the roof, and it had to happen. I mean, in the very beginning of the year, in January this year, I had 2 blood transfusions and my out-of-body experience. Yeah, and it all was needed. And after that, I had to integrate it all. So, you know, whatever you're going through, and it doesn't have to be where you're suffering. It could actually be so much joy where like you just make this realization and then you're boosted. And so like the awakening can be, it doesn't have to be so traumatic. It doesn't have to be so much body transformation. The person who experiences awakening that way is Michael Singer, who wrote Untethered Soul. He one day just woke up. Yeah, it was very smooth. And I love his podcast. So if you haven't read Untethered Soul, you should. Maybe look at that. And maybe you've heard it, but like you just haven't yet. Maybe now is the time, because messages always come to you in the time that you need it. And it will be repeated until you actually, oh, why is that so? And so that energy wave only lasts a certain amount of time, and then it passes if you don't take it. So the universe is really funny that way. It will pick people to partner up with to do its message. And if you choose to do it, then it will help you and assist you. But if you choose not to do it, then it'll find someone else. If you choose to do it and then you don't do it though, it will leave you and find someone else. This is why you have these creative waves, or like then you'll find something like, I thought of that, but you never did it. And so guess what? The universe has to find someone else to fulfill that job. Okay, so right now, check in with yourself. Like, what has been coming through you repeatedly that maybe you haven't followed through on, because this is your opportunity to. So, yeah, I knew this week was a very, very strong energetic week. It's actually until the January 6th. And then there's a bigger, massive one through it, right? But then this intensity is now to January 6th, which is why we had this whole cold wave that is like hit all 48 states, and it's for us to actually stay in and not be out in the craziness if we unless we have to be, and it's to protect ourselves and to go inward. It's also the metal element in reflection, so maybe that's why you're feeling all these things, and you maybe just can't explain it. So stay Ask better questions, journal it out, dance it out. Go to people that you trust that are sage and that you admire their success, and redefine that success for you. Redefine a lot of things for you, because you've changed, you've grown, you've evolved, and you want something more, and it's okay to want more. Or maybe you're ready for less and you're ready to simplify. There's always duality in everything. So right now, I want to encourage you to do your shadow work and maybe not share everything yet. Maybe you're not ready for that, but just share it with the people that you trust, or find like 5 people tops to share it with to help guide you, because you become the 5 people that you surround yourself most with. Their thoughts, their energy, their actions, their love. Okay. And if one of those people is me, then awesome. I am honored. Message me. I do respond to all of my stuff myself. However, it may take a while. But I do get to it eventually. So if you found this and you're guided to it and you trust it, go with it. Because energies try to find each other and align with each other. Okay. So yeah, I'm ready to emerge again, and I've been guided to light, finally understanding the trueness of light. And so every single day I've been doing something to add light into my life, into my new spaces, either lighting a candle if like I am not adding something, but whatever I'm being really drawn on. And so just being the light, and also in a fun way, because this is supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun. Did you forget that? This is supposed to be fun. And so I have this hat, and then which I'm going to be giving it to my daughter, because she still hasn't found her light hat yet. She wants to, and she's just not feeling it. She's a very picky girl. I got this tree here. It's a palm tree with lights. And so that's my Christmas tree, because I love palm trees. It reminds me of areas that I really love. And I grew up in California, and so it just symbolizes something for me. And I didn't want a traditional Christmas tree. I have a traditional Christmas tree at my home, but in this space here at the new cottage, my new studio, I chose to do this, in which then I could keep up year-round. Yeah, but there's just lights everywhere here in the space, like in a very subtle way, but just reminding me to be in the light, sharing the light. And so I hope that this helps you bring you to your light and reignite something in you, maybe something that has like diminished and just needs to be lit again and to be renewed. And so may you be the light, may you shine your light. And just remember, you are your possibilities. You aren't your circumstances, you're your possibilities. So if things have been hard, you needed it. In order for you to become what you're supposed to become, it couldn't have happened any other way. In order for you to become what you're supposed to become, it couldn't have happened any other way. And so the things that happened is for you to evolve now, to give you grit, to help you make a decision. And guess what? From now until January 22nd, there's going to be a series of waves that are like 2 to 5 days. That's something just shifts for you. You'll make a decision then, and once you do, it's going to change. And the rituals that you do to reinforce it will help you with that change. And I hope to connect you to those things now, and to help you change this energy and do things differently. What you've been taught may be outdated, and that you're ready for more. This is what I found to be true for me. And I'm actually trying to undo a lot of those things, but also give it a blessing and thanking it for how it helped me in those days. And now I want it to help it, and that we are ready for more. So you're ready for more. You deserve more. You're ready. You're ready. Allow for that to come. Love you. May you be free. May you find peace. And may you have grace and courage.